Hello, my dear friends. I hope you guys are doing great. Let's talk about vulnerability in the context of romantic relationship. But first of all, let me talk about me not posting in a couple of weeks. In case you've been waiting for these videos to come up on Mondays, I apologize to those of you who've been waiting, and I haven't been making these videos for two reasons. One, I'm trying not to be another noise on the internet. In fact, I would like to make videos that can be useful, that can be contributing into your life in some ways when I am discussing and bringing these topics that I found or somebody else request me to have found it important. So that's one reason. Another reason is that I was also engaging in self-care because it was important for me to take care of my health during this time. So that was the two reasons to why I haven't been making videos in a couple of weeks. But let's focus on the today's topic, which is about vulnerability in context of romantic relationships. Sometimes people who go through a difficult relationship, a very bad heartbreak, they tend to feel really hurt or in some ways wounded from the previous relationship to the point that they feel like they're closed off for any other relationships in the future. They think that they might not be able to love someone again. And this kind of thought is somewhat preventing them to get vulnerable with another person, to connect with another person. And sometimes even they are getting in the way of themselves to establish a good romantic relationship. So why these kind of things happen, as I already shared with you, because they've been through heartbreak. And sometimes heartbreak is something that makes people quite pessimistic about future, and they might even struggle with the belief that they can take care of struggles in a relationship or the hustles that can be as a part of relationship, in spite of the positive side of relationships, such as feelings of connectedness or feelings of bonding and feelings of closeness with another person. So those are the positive side of a relationship that they can still take into account. But because they went through this kind of heartbreak, they usually focus on the negative side of the relationship, such as the hustles and the stages and where is it going and how it's going to progress. So sometimes they take an extreme action and they decide not to even go for another relationship. These individuals sometimes talk about feeling very lonely. They might at the beginning might feel okay with their decision, but sometimes during vulnerable times, of course, usually during holidays and special occasions and other times in their life, they might feel that they're very lonely and there's a yearning for closeness and relationship in them. And yet their fear and their hurt and pain that they have experienced from the previous relationship is preventing them to not go out there and not explore other relationships in the future. So it is so important that individuals who are struggling with vulnerability and connecting again because of the heartbreak, because of the pain that they went through, is to first of all acknowledge that their pain may be an obstacle towards connecting or exploring a meaningful relationship. So the first step is acknowledgement. And when you acknowledge, you're not resigning with that state either. So in other words, you're not saying that this is my reality now, and from this point onward, I'm not going to be in a relationship at all, or I'm not going to love someone. You can just say it as reality as is for now, not necessarily a picture of your future life, because your present cannot 100% guarantee your future. So if you see it or accept it, acknowledge it more of your present reality rather than future reality, then you're doing yourself a service, or you're doing yourself a favor to not block yourself, to not prevent yourself from opening up to other people and future possibilities. So number one would be the acknowledgement piece. Number two would be to find ways, how can you work your way through this pain that you're experiencing or have experienced it. Some ways to go about is, of course, coming to therapy and working it through with a professional. Some people can do it on their own as well. For example, having a diary, a journal, just express and talk to yourself in a more structured way and guide yourself through, and kind of self-talk that we often do in day-to-day life, to guide yourself through what would you like to do next and how would you like to go about this. And sometimes even kind of providing a narrative or a conclusion about the previous relationship that usually comes with some sort of ending that feels like a closure for you, and hopefully does serve like a closure. So then you took care of that experience, you took care of the present moment struggles that you have, but at the same time, you're not completely closing yourself to the future, which is full of possibilities and probabilities and chances, and you're not closed off to those options in the future. So I just thought to bring this up. I don't know if there is any specific point that I could make apart from, acknowledge it and see it as your current reality rather than future reality, and maybe go and seek help with a professional or sometimes on your own. Do it and then be open towards future. I don't think that I could make anything more specific and here one way to fix it, but I tried to just bring it up because I come across these kind of situations with other people who feel quite blocked off or kind of stuck in their current situation, and they have difficulty to move forward. So if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please write in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day.